Parshiot Vayakhel and Pekudei are really a recap of the building of the Mishkan, the collecting of the materials, the weighing them out, and the actual Hashras HaShechina, the preparations necessary for the divine presence to rest in the Mishkan. I'd like to focus in on one pasuk, which at first glance seems to be a pasuk that's not teaching us tremendous amount of information. But again, our purpose in learning is to see that every word and every pasuk is a tremendous lesson in life and teaches us tremendous depth and direction for our life. And we will learn Emir Hashem together today one such example in Parshat Vayakhel. In Perek Lamed Hey, pasuk Lamed, it says the following: Moshe said to the children of Israel, Re'u, see, Hashem has proclaimed by name Betzalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehuda. He filled him with godly spirit, with wisdom, insight, and knowledge, and with every craft, to weave designs, to work with gold, silver, and copper, stone cutting for setting, and wood carving, to perform every craft of design. And he gave the ability to teach him and Eliyav, son of Isamach, of the tribe of Dan. Mefarshim want to know, and this is the question Mefarshim asks, we'll see it in Chayei Moshe in source number 2. He says, Umilashon zeh shamar re'u, nir'eh shayta bekach chidush v'tmiha. By the fact that the Chumash uses the word re'u, see, that I've called Betzalel by name, there's something for us to see. There's something for us to learn. It could have easily said, behold, right? Moshe Rabbeinu says that Betzalel was chosen. Why is this phrase, Re'u, see, mentioned? What are we supposed to learn from this? Further, we need to understand, why is it that Betzalel's whole lineage, Ben Uri, Ben Hur, Lamate Yehuda is mentioned, and this is not the first place. This is like the third place where we find that Betzalel's lineage is mentioned, and we need to understand this as well. Obviously, there's a lot to say about Betzalel, but I'd like to try to narrow our discussion down to this phrase, Re'u. What should we see that was special about Betzalel? What can we learn for our lives? And why was Betzalel the one chosen to be the artisan, the craftsman, to build the Mishkan of all the millions of people in Klal Yisrael? What was special about him that he was chosen? So the Chayei Moshe offers us, as an introductory remark, Rav Bik, something interesting. He says in source 2, Ki av she'no ela ben yud gimel shana. We know, Chazal tell us, the calculation is made that Betzalel was only 13 years old at this time. Zachal litalo b'maylos hakadusha, but he was able to ascend to tremendous levels of holiness. Ad shikrau to Hashem b'shem, until our pasuk Hashem calls him by name. Valechem lomo mimenu haskelu bina. We need to learn from this. Shebekolcho b'yado shokol echa ve'echa b'Yisrael. We have to recognize that within our capacity, each and every one of us, when a person becomes bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, lidalo milos ramos b'milos hakadusha. Already at the age of 12 or 13, one can reach tremendous levels of holiness, haraya, from Betzalel. So one may argue that's a hard calling. It may be a great challenge, but I think there's something else the Chayei Moshe is saying. There was something about Betzalel that enabled him to reach this level at the age of 13. And that's what I'd like to, Emir Hashem, unlock together today, intelligence and inheritance. What was going for Betzalel and how we can integrate this for our lives, Emir Hashem. On the first level of the two levels we'll talk about, let's talk about the concept of Re'u Karati B'Shem. I called Betzalel by name. What's this idea of calling someone by name? So Rabbi Roberts, in the Sefer Through the Prism of Torah, notes, he says, the Medrash Tanchuma, our sages comment, source 3, that every person has 3 names. One is given to him by his parents, the second by the people around him, and the third he gives himself. Now, obviously, we need to explain this because most people just have one name. Perhaps the best way to understand this medrash is by interpreting the word name as referring to the nature and character of a person. By saying that everyone has three names, our sages were suggesting they were all molded by three distinct sources of influence, each of which leave an indelible impression. The first such name is clearly from one's parents. They are the ones who embed within the child the various traits and the moral certitude of who the child is. The name which parents give is their contribution to their child's growth and development. The second name comes from the people around us and the company we keep. Our rabbis insist that our friends should be exemplary and upright because their influence is immeasurable. We cannot exist alone, but our associates must be chosen with great care. Likewise, every form of environment is critical. The district, the neighbors, and school, bearing in mind the importance of this name, it plays a major role